doctor said I had to stay a little bit longer and I'll be fine. When I thought it all been done, when I thought it all been said, a little bit longer and
Hi guys, so day 2, which is day -8, been moved into a different room, so I've now got an exercise bike, which is good because I plan to be using it. Just had the consultant in telling me that my liver toxicity is high compared to yesterday, so that's the busulfan, and so they can't continue as is. They need to do a little bit more investigation, and it's possible that they may put me onto a different agent. So a bit of an update on what's been going on. I won't bother saying whether it's day -6 because I haven't got a clue. It is the 27th of August. I came in on the 24th. Had my first dose of chemo and it all went pear-shaped. So the protocol I was on was busulfan, fludarabine, and after my first dose of chemo, you have a blood test before and after, but the before blood test showed my liver enzymes, for example, there's 2 particular enzymes, I can't remember which ones, but one was up 50 and 40 to 50, you know, it's the normal range. And post chemo, that went up to 737. So essentially, I had what's called busulfan being linked to transient serum enzyme elevation as a result of the therapy. So we had to stop the busulfan, and now I've just been waiting to hear, well, what does that mean? Where do we go from here? So I did a little bit of research myself. There's two other alkylating agents that can replace busulfan. That's treosulfan and methylene. Treosulfan is relatively new, NICE approved treosulfan, I think in May 2020. So it's a relatively new alkylating agent, but it's low toxicity and high intensity. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the best of a myeloablative regime, but with the toxicity of low reduced intensity. However, I just don't think there's enough data there for MPNs. So myelofibrosis being a myeloproliferative disorder, I don't think that there's enough information out there, not enough studies to show conclusively that, you know, this would be the right regime to go to. So my doctor, Dr. Mark Eiffel, consulted obviously with his team and 2 external teams such as Donald McLaurin from Guy's Hospital, and they concluded, and I would concur with their conclusion from a little bit of research that I've done myself, to go with the methylene, the methylene fludarabine protocol. So in essence, it's pretty much the same as the existing protocol, but we can remove the Keppra, thank God, because I'm tired of being stoned every day. And continue as is. The benefits of the methylene is it only actually stays in your body for about 20 minutes and you need 1 dose. So we can actually bring the plan back to the left because it has moved out to the right by about 3 or 4 days. So we can bring it back in because we only need to give 1 dose. And in actual fact, one could argue that I've had a combination, because I have had 1 of 4 doses of busulfan. So I've had 1 dose of busulfan and then a full dose of methylene. In terms of relapse, hopefully that should reduce the risk, because we've had a bit more of a intensive go, if you like, at getting rid of the leukemia. So we shall wait and see. What that also means is that because it's a single dose, it has to be flushed out. I'll probably be on an IV for most of the day, just flushing it out. You don't want to leave any remnants of methylene behind. So lots of wee bottles there, and yeah, it'll probably be a day before the transplant itself, because it only lasts, as I said, it's only in your body for about 20 minutes. Side effects, well, they tend to be post-transplant, so there's going to be probably a little bit more mucositis, more GI infection, greater hair loss, which I don't care about that. I really don't care about the superficial stuff. So with the mucositis, can be uncomfortable. I do have my nutrition drinks, which I can make up my calories, and I've also got my chemo mouthpiece, which will hopefully help me with managing the mucositis. So yeah, so we're moving to melphalan / fludarabine / ATG and cyclosporine. And then obviously all the prophylaxis that then goes with that to manage, antifungal, antibacteria, and antibiotics, etc. That's where we are. I was on a down. It's been a roller coaster, to be completely honest with you. We're on what now? Friday, so I'll come in Tuesday. I don't think it was a physical thing. It was more mental, because I just didn't know where we were going to go next. I didn't know what the crossover path was from one protocol to another, whether we've compromised the other protocols by starting this protocol, and so on and so forth. But what I did do, I spent the time doing all my research, and anybody that knows me knows that I'll Google the hell out of anything. And in fact, Dr. Ethel knew that. He knew that I'd have a list of questions, and I had a list of questions ready for him. He left me to the end, reason being so that he could go through all those questions, and bless him, he went through all the questions, he answered everything, and yeah, felt like we reached a consensus, which is kind of weird because I'm not the doc here, but my questions were valid, and I don't think he'd expect anything less coming from me. So that's where we are. What's the next steps? So the next steps, we're going to start the fludarabine. In fact, Charlotte, my nurse, I think is about to walk in, and we're going to start fludarabine, which is going to be the immune suppressant. That shouldn't interfere with my liver too much. I don't think there's a lot of interactions with my liver, so let's get on with it. Cheers, bye.